Welcome back to the channel, guys. I got any champions out there? I see I have Jeff. Let's see what he's saying here. After days like today in the U.S., really makes me want to jump on a plane and move over there. That's today's topic. Um, why you should move to the Philippines, especially if you're in the retirement age, and also if you have the funds. And again, I did a very in-depth video when I first started YouTube. So again, that's about I guess going on 5 months now. But if you look back, I did a video on financing my move to the Philippines. Unlike other YouTubers, I didn't hold anything back. I actually gave you guys the exact numbers for what it took for me to retire early at 54. So again, I actually receive a pension and also receive money from an annuity when I turn 60. But for a lot of you guys, you're waiting on Social Security, which will be 62. So you can take those exact numbers and kind of put it into an equation and see how things work. But for you guys who haven't watched that video on how to finance your move, or how I finance my move to the Philippines, you guys should go back and look at it because it kind of gives you a very detailed budget on how to budget the money, what I had when I came here, what I did with the money, as far as CDs and annuities and things like that. But I want to give you guys a heads up on that. And again, today's topic is why move to the Philippines? Why get out of the U.S.? Why move from Canada? Why leave other countries to come here? And the biggest reasons are pretty simple. Hey, Trench, what's going on? Appreciate it. Biggest reasons are pretty easy to figure out. First of all, if you're going to have your cost of living here, um, for a condo or a house to live in, you're looking at about a quarter of the price of America or probably in Canada. Again, I never lived in Canada, but I've heard the prices are pretty similar to the U.S. So the pricing of your place to stay, as far as your accommodations or where you're going to live, are about a quarter of the price. When it comes to food, now again, I eat out on a regular basis every meal. The cost differential is probably half of what I paid in the U.S. So again, half the cost of the U.S. If I was paying $24 for a meal back in the States, which that's about my normal price back in the States when even when I was working, I would pay around $24 to go to Outback during the day for lunch and then go to a nice restaurant at night. And again, I always say $24. That's all in, guys. I mean, if I go there and get an Outback special for $14.99 or whatever that price is, and you start adding in a small appetizer, and if you did like your tip and you get a $3 Coke, you're looking right at $24. So over here, I'm eating for less than $12 per meal. So again, I'm saying half the cost for eating out. Now again, that price can be changed. If you want to eat at home, that price, I actually ate at home for several months and almost every meal, and I spent about 8,000 pesos per 2 weeks for eating at home. So to put that in perspective, you're talking about 8,000 divided by, at the time, was about 57, $140 per 2 weeks. So right at $300 US to eat at home. So that gives you guys something there to look at. Ben, hello, Brett. Mayang Bugtag. Mayang Bugtag to you. Again, Mayang Bugtag, guys, is good morning here in the language. So here in the Visaya or Tagalog language. Jeff Dirty, I have enough to retire. Is 400,000 enough? First thing you would want to ask yourself is your age. You're going to, depending on what you want to do. Now, a lot of guys over here that I'm talking to, and I'm going to do that on my next. I have a CD coming available on June 20th, and I'm going to put my money now, instead of doing a CD at 3.5%. I'm going to do an ETF. with and do about 9 ETFs. I put about several $1,000s in about 9 ETFs, and I'm going to bring home the dividend. Well, they told me this right now it's hitting at around between 10 and 14%. So take the low number, take 10%, and hypothetically you have 100,000 in there. You can actually say to reinvest the funds, or you can actually take out the funds. So I'm going to take out the funds. So you got 100,000, and you're doing an ETF making 10%. Well, that'd be 1,000 US dollars per month. That's half my budget. So that kind of gives you guys an idea. So that's without even touching my money. It's just living off of dividends. So that's just an option I'm looking at. I haven't really done it yet. I've been looking at several of them. They gave me a list of. And so I'm looking at doing that because the interest rates now, as far as the rates for CDs, have went down dramatically. You're looking at around 3.5% now for a long-term or a short-term rate for a CD. So I've been doing CDs because I was getting I started out around 5%, and now it's getting down to about 3.5%. But gives you guys an idea. It's more fun in the Philippines from Trina. More adventures awaits. That's correct. Thank you so much. And again, Jeff, if you would give me your age, unless you don't want to give that information, you take what your 400,000, and just say you want to do something very, very safe. You put 400,000. You take out 24,000 to live for the year. That'd be 2,000 per month. That's plenty of money to live over here in the Philippines, unless you want a very extravagant lifestyle. If you want extravagant, you can take out 36,000 out of that 400,000. You take the remaining balance and you put it into a CD to be safe, making 3.5%. I think that's like 12,000. If you do about 4%, you're making about 12,000 per year. Well, that's half your budget if you're living on 2,000 per year over here. So you're already pulling half your budget. So you're only going to take out 12,000 per year, and you can say, hey, how many years can I live on 400,000 on only using $12,000? Well, that's a lot of years. So again, I'll just do the math here again. I hate to keep going back to the calculator, but I like to be kind of exact. So you have 400,000, and you divide that by 12,000. That's 33 years over here with no investments. I mean, again, that's with investing in CDs if the rate would stay around 4%. But again, you can take your 400,000, and you can, if you didn't want to invest anything at all, you just want to have it sitting there in a checking account. You take 400,000 divided by extravagant lifestyle, 36,000. That's 11 years. So you can live here for 11 years off of that. And again, it'll be a little bit more if you want to do like my lifestyle, around 24,000. So you have 400,000 divided by 24,000. 16 years. So again, I'm not sure how much time you have until you retire, but you have enough money there with no investments whatsoever for either 11 years for an extravagant lifestyle. Again, 3,000. You can do whatever you want on 3,000 over here, guys. You can travel wherever you want, do whatever you want on 3,000 per month. You can live 11 years on 400,000 with no investments, or you can live 16 years on a $2,000 budget like myself. Again, I have a $3,000 budget, but I never reach that. It usually stays in between 1,700 and 2,200, depending on how much travel I do. So again, that kind of puts that in perspective. That's what I did when I first came over here, just looked at everything. But again, thanks, Jeff, for the question. And Trina, thanks for your comment. Greatly appreciate it. I got my brothers in the house. What's up, champions? Hope everyone's having a great day. Well, I hope you guys are having a good day. It's always a good day here in the Philippines. It always brings a big smile to my face when I get up on Thursday morning to give you guys a Wednesday night stream live. So again, it's always an adventure for me just to come on here and give you guys a live and talk to you about moving to the Philippines. And again, it brings a big smile to my face because I know how I looked at my move. Very, very nervous because I'd never been anywhere in Asia. Very scared because I was thinking, hey, you're going to be there by yourself. But then again, I had the vlogger that I met. I had somebody to meet over here. So I actually had someone to fall back on when I first got here to the Philippines. And that helps out a lot. And that's the reason I put out a new video here for members only regarding the meeting we have every Tuesday. Again, we have a meeting here every Tuesday at 10:30 at Abaca. We go there at 10:30. We have a breakfast. We have smoothies. We have shakes and things like that. People have their coffees if they drink coffee, which I do not. But I usually get a mango shake, and I usually get a Western omelet, like with bacon. I add bacon to it, and again, that's their special. It's called the American Breakfast. So you guys will be very happy with that. This past meeting, I actually posted that video. I got the video towards the end, so I think there was about 14 guys there at the time I took the video. I think 3 or 4 had already left, so we had a meeting of 17 guys. So that's 17 potential friends and friendships you guys could start over here in the Philippines. So you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with someone who's actually been here for a while. Sometimes it could be several weeks, several months, and in a lot of cases, several years. So you have a lot of experience you can fall back on by going to these meetings. Again, it's a huge benefit to you guys. And again, Cletus, thanks for tuning in. Love you, brother. Real brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I think everybody's going to have a good day. I hope. From David, looking to move from Missouri to Cebu IT Park area, Marco Polo. Marco Polo is a great place to live. That's where I actually live. I will tell you this, though. Taxis, and you can get what they call a motorbike here taxi. So again, motorbike taxis are very cheap. You can go from here to the mall for about 20 or 30 pesos, guys. So it's not very expensive. You take 20 pesos, you divide by 57, it's not even 50 cents. You can go from Marco Polo all the way to the mall on less than 50 cents. So again, I think it's better to live in Marco Polo and actually have a bike. And the reason why, when I got over here, when you don't have a bike and you don't have your own transportation, you don't feel like full freedom. And I remember when I first bought my bike and I was waiting on the actual, I waited here. I think I was here for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I knew I was happy here. Like, wow, I'm going to get a motorbike now. So I actually ended up getting a Honda ADV 160. The best bike to get here for the Philippines for a good amount. Again, you can survive on a Honda Click 125. Difference in price, guys, you're looking at about you can go to your lower end scooters. This is brand new. This is not used. These are brand new pricing. So you can get a low end scooter, which means less CCs, so less power. Anywhere here in the city, anywhere here in the city, anywhere on your travels from here to like going to a destination, a 125 is fine. You're looking around $1,000 US for the lowest end scooter. That scooter for about 90% of the time will be fantastic. You don't need anything more than a 125. If you want to save the $2,000, reason I say $2,000 saved, the Honda ADV comes in, the 160 comes in at $3,000 US. There is an option right below the Honda ADV 160, and that is the PCX. I think that saves you maybe $300 or $400. The only main difference between the two bikes, the PCX and the Honda ADV, is the suspension. So again, I have a lot when I'm on a rocky road. I'm going to feel a lot less of that in my labut. My labut means in Tagalog means my ass. So again, my labut is going to feel a lot less of those bumps. But again, a PCX is a great option. And right below the PCX is the Honda 160. Again, it's the Honda Click 160. So it's a step up from the Honda 125 to the Honda Click 160. The same exact engine is in the Honda Click, the Honda Click 160. The same exact engine is in that bike that's in my bike. The only difference is comfort. My bike happens to be a lot more comfortable. It actually has console in front of you, which you're straddling, but actually gives you a place to put your feet so you can stretch your legs out a little bit more for your taller guys. But again, I think you guys would appreciate that. But again, David, look forward to meeting you, coming all the way here from Missouri. It was the best decision I ever made, was moving over here. Marco Polo, again, if it were me and I'm coming over here for the very first time, I'm going to look at Stay City. I'm going to look at 38 Park Avenue, and that's my two go-tos. I mean, I've got friends living there in both those places right now. In fact, Chad Foster from Chad Foster Explorers, he's actually living at Stay City at the moment. And then I have actually Jeff lives at Stay City as well. I'm not sure if he's tuning in today. I think I saw him earlier, but he's tuning in. And again, I've got friends in both places. Mark, my friend at 38 Park Avenue, and again, he's in my old condo, my old studio condo. So 38 Park and Stay City. And the only reason I'm saying that for you guys that are coming over here brand new, you don't need a motorbike. You don't need any mode of transportation whatsoever, unless you want to go out and travel out a little ways. You might have to get a taxi cab to go get a massage, like the place that I go. I wouldn't want to walk over there, even though you can walk to get a massage over to Avene. My favorite place is Healing Point, and if I want to go to Healing Point, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to jump in a taxi. It would probably cost about 60 pesos, so a little bit more than $1. So like $1.05, and you can actually go there, and then you have $1.05 back. So again, $2 to go get a $12 massage for 2 hours. But again, that just gives you an idea. I'd always say if you're coming over here for the first time, you've never been here to the Philippines before, move to 38 Park or move to Stay City. And the only reason why is you're being close to the mall. You're being close to everything, and people are there, and it just makes for a very good start because you're right there by everyone, and you're very close to the meeting every Tuesday. And again, I tell you guys so much about the meeting. Over here by yourself is not the best thing. I mean, maybe you guys want to be by yourself, but I think having those friendships and those bonds go a long way. That's actually the reason I stayed here in Cebu City and did not venture off to BGC or Makati, is because of my friendships here. So again, look forward to meeting you, David. It's going to be great to see you over here. And again, I will be here with my light on and leave all the lights on for you here once you get here in the Philippines. We can meet up, and if you have any questions, you can ask questions here. And again, you are a member, so if you have any questions, I think I told you I could talk to you after this meeting. After my meeting, though, David, I usually speak to my brother and my dad regarding my live for about 5 or 10 minutes. I can talk to you after that. From Trench, retire at 61, 11 months and a day before 62nd birthday. In short, if you do this, you'll get monthly 0.25% interest every month until you die. You know, I never even thought about any of the interest or anything like that. But 61, you're retiring at 61. You're retiring 1 year early from Social Security's 62 retirement. So you're doing well. And again, like I said, if you look at my other budget video regarding financing my move to the Philippines, you could be ready now. You just don't know it. Maybe you have other options or other obstacles in your way. I tell anyone I speak to, if you have the funds to move over here now, even though you're not at retirement age and not getting Social Security, I would definitely do it. I love the Philippines, the best decision I ever made. You may have another option. You may say, hey, I want to look at the Philippines and I want to look at Thailand. In fact, the guy that's coming out, I got an interview coming out tomorrow with Jeff, and he actually spent his first 2 weeks in Thailand and then came over here, and he's been here for a little over a week now. And that interview is all about his adventure in Thailand and his thoughts on the Philippines so far, only being here for a week. So again, that's coming out. It'll be Friday night for me and Friday morning for you guys. So again, that's going to be good. But again, I tell anyone, retire as early as you possibly can. You never know what's going to go wrong in your life. I mean, God forbid you have a stroke, you have a heart attack, and you find yourself you're not retired yet, and you haven't experienced any retirement, and something bad happens. I mean, it could be anything, guys. I mean, anything in your life. You have a motorbike accident, you have a car accident over in the States, and now you're not really getting that full retirement because maybe you're not mobile anymore. I did that for that exact reason. Cost of living. I looked at my uncle's life and said, hey, he never really he traveled a lot. I mean, I don't say he didn't have like a retirement, but he didn't have a full retirement. I mean, he traveled some. and he retired a millionaire and never got to have a retirement. The COVID hit, he was stuck inside and never had, again, COVID could be like a car accident, it could be like anything. It stopped the world. So now, again, you've never had your retirement because COVID happened. And that's what happened to him. He passed during COVID and never had a retirement for being a millionaire. So again, that's a big thing to me. Is I watched what he did, and I'm like, wow, I don't want that to happen to me. So while I'm still fresh and I still have some movement in my body, I'm going to go out there and get some adventures going. I'm going to go over to the Philippines, and I'm going to start going to these waterfalls. I'm going to start doing some hiking. I'm going to start going to these beaches. I'm not going to be stuck in an office. I'm going to do what I can to get over to the Philippines. And that was my choice. But again, it can be your choice. Could be anywhere. It could be Central America. It could be Thailand. But again, 61 is a good age. But I always tell you, if you can retire a little earlier, I would do it. I look back and say, wow, I could have actually retired about 3 years earlier, and I wish I would have. So again, so you guys know. From study, $12 per meal. You eating in, that's a restaurant, guys. So let me do the math for you guys. I actually think it's cheaper than that. So again, I put in $12. I'm going to times that by 56. That's 672 pesos. To give you guys an example of a meal over here, I can go to Boy Zumba, and I can get, excuse me, guys, I can get chicken and sal, which is like a grilled half of a chicken, and that is about 200 pesos. You add 100 pesos for a drink, I'm at 300. Well, I just told you for $12, I'm getting a meal for $12. A lot of my meals are $5 and $6. Again, when I go to my specialty soup place, that is about 500 pesos for that meal, and that's with a Coke. So you're looking at 500 pesos, $9. That soup will feed 2 people. So if I go there with like a subscriber and we're going to have some lunch, now every time I've actually went, I want them to experience it in their full capacity. So I always tell them to pick out the things they want as far as ingredients. This soup, you actually pick the things you want, like shrimp, steak, and things like that. And that soup comes out to be about 500 pesos, so a little bit less than $10 for that soup. If I were to go to just give you kind of an option. If you were to go to TGI Fridays, there are lots of meals for under 600 pesos at TGI Fridays. So again, you're eating less than $12. If you go to Texas Roadhouse, you can actually get a barbecued spare ribs meal, and I think that's at 750 pesos. So you take 750, I think you're still right there at $12 for that meal as well. So again, meals for me here are about half the price. If I wanted to stick it like in a calculator, I'm going to say it's half the price that it was in America. But again, thanks for the comment. I truly appreciate it, Study. Thanks for tuning in. Love my champions. My rent here without anything else is $2,950. So that's from 30-Day Jeff. That sounds exactly right. I was so unhappy in Gulf Shores, where I actually owned a condo. I put that condo up for sale when I moved to Pensacola, about a 45-minute drive away. I had to drive each way for work, 45 minutes. But I wanted to try out a new area. And that's about what I paid. I think I paid a little over $2,000. I think I paid like $2,400, $2,500 for a nice condo there, Airbnb, and I paid 6 months in advance to try it out. Unhappy there as well. Again, it doesn't. The grass is not always greener somewhere else, and I'm saying that when I was in the U.S. The grass is a lot greener here, guys, in my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion. The Philippines is probably not for everybody, and what I mean by everybody, I've said this before. You have to have the right mindset. So when you get over here, guys, be happy. Go, be in a good mood. Don't try to raise your voice. That's a big no-no over here, is raising your voice and getting loud. Being impatient is a bad thing. Now, have I had my time where I've been impatient and I've gotten loud? I'm sure I have. But again, I'm so much happier over here in the Philippines, and I just happen to notice that things that would have bothered me in the States just don't bother me over here. Again, I wish I would have had the chance to retire in the States and not work. so I could have gave it an honest equivalent as far as when I'm looking at retirement here, and I never had the chance to retire in the States. But I still think I would have been happier here, even if I could have retired back in America with on what I was making. But I just don't think $3,000 per month is enough to live in America. Now, you guys may think that $3,000 is enough. In my book and how I was spending money, 3,000 didn't even put a dent in what I paid monthly to live in the U.S. So again, it's just my opinion. But again, Jeff Center telling you that he paid $29.50. Over here, I have I'm not sure if that was a 1 or 2 bedroom. Here, I have a beautiful 1 bedroom unit, 600 square feet. I pay $430 per month. I pay about $80 for electricity. I pay about $80 for my parking spot, and that parking spot actually holds my bike and my car. And I can just tell you, life is better. A lot cheaper than what I was paying over there. Again, I said a quarter of the price. You take 400 and you times it by 4, 1,600. I did that because I think you could probably find a nice 1 bedroom in America for around 1,600. I wanted a little bit something nicer, so actually I was paying about 2,500 for a 2 bedroom, but I didn't even use the other bedroom until my dad and brother would come in town. But thanks so much for the input. That just tells you why I love the Philippines so much. Jojo in the house. What's going on, my man? Just woke up to your live. Glad you could make it. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, you guys are, uh, you know, my smiling agent. That's what I want. My smiling agent. You guys put a smile on my face when I come on here, make me happy. And again, I'm just glad I can give you guys that nudge, giving you guys that little push over the fence, because I know, guys, if you're thinking about how high that fence is in America, or if you're in Canada or wherever else you are in the world, if you're tuning in, and that I know that fence can get high, and at the last minute I just can't do it. I can't move from my own country. I'm here to give you that nudge, to get you over that fence, to tell you guys there's better options out there for a lot lower cost. And I am completely happy with the Philippines. I love it here. My life is going well. The only thing that I'm missing right now is my family. And I tell my brother and my dad every day about how silly they are for not being over here, because living over here is nothing but amazing every single day. I don't have a bad day here. Again, when I go on my trips, I'm on vacation from vacation. And my brother knows what I'm talking about. That's what we came up with. I'm on vacation from vacation. So that gives you an idea. Study to Jeff, you can rent a house in Province for $50 per month, $100 per month in the cities. Yes, I saw. Now I would not live there, but when I was in Ormoc, I went online just to look at some of their apartments or places to live, and you can actually get a kind of an apartment. You're sharing it for $20 per month. Now, I would not live there. I'm sharing a bathroom with other people. Now, I could not live there. I'm paying for a room, $20 per month. I could not do that. But again, $20 per month, guys. I did find this. You think one person asked me about this. I did find what I thought to be a livable apartment in Ormoc. Now, again, I'm saying Ormoc because not everyone is coming over here to the Philippines with 3,000 US dollars per month for their budget. If you're getting Social Security, um, of say $800 to $1,200. Ormoc was a great option because not only is the cost of living there cheaper for your accommodations. And I mean by accommodations, I'm talking about your apartment. You're talking about $200 compared to my $430. Their cost of living there is also cheaper. And what I mean by that is over here, from what I saw, I would get a barbecued rib meal here, say for 500 pesos in Cebu City. I'm just going to say that's kind of like an average price. Around 500 is a good price to get a barbecued spare rib meal. In Ormoc, you can get the exact same meal for 380 pesos. Let me see what that's 100. So again, a barbecued rib meal with 2 sides for 380 pesos. How do I know that? I actually ate it. So 380 pesos divided by 56, $6.79, guys. That's rounded up, 1 penny. So for $6.79, I'm getting a barbecued spare rib meal with a vegetable and rice, or a vegetable and potato, and I'm drinking a service water, which you want to make sure you ask when you get service water over here in the Philippines. Am I getting mineral water? Better safe than sorry, guys. I never drink service water. Service water, they give you two different kinds. You can actually get mineral, which a lot of places actually serve mineral here, or you can get filtered. I don't even chance the filtered water. So if they don't, and I always ask, do you have mineral water? Is this mineral water? And if it's not, I won't drink it. But again, even with a bottled water at a restaurant, you're going to pay 50 pesos for a bottled water. And then you're getting a meal for $6.75, and you're getting a water for 25 cents. You're right at $7, guys, for barbecued ribs. And again, that's in Ormoc. Here's a little bit more. You're going to pay about $2 or $3 more here in Cebu City. But I'm doing the trips to show you not only the beauty of the Philippines, but to give you guys additional options when it comes to living here in the Philippines. Not everyone wants to live in the city. I know for a fact that my brother would not want to live here in Cebu City. He'd want to be at the beach somewhere. So all those things go in my my little noodle up here and tells me, hey, let's show some other options to you guys on where to live here in the Philippines besides in a city. And again, that is Mualbual. That is Ormoc. That is the videos coming up here pretty soon. I did a big trip to Surigao City. Those videos are to come. And again, it's showing you guys all these options. Toledo, I've actually been there, but I wasn't a YouTuber yet. I'm actually, I wasn't YouTubing videos back then. But Toledo is a great option, a lot cheaper than here in Cebu City. And again, that's on the west coast of Cebu. Then you have Bogo to the north, and there's plenty of towns and cities in between here in Bogo. Bogo is about a 2.5-hour ride away, but Bogo gives you a option to go to Camotes Island, to go to Bantayan Island, to have your weekly and weekend adventures away from town life. So again, there's so many options. You have Bohol, you have beach life there. Then you have Leyte, which is where Ormoc is at. There's plenty of options. There's actually cheaper options in Leyte for you guys. I mean, you could probably come over here and you could literally probably live on $600 or $700 US. Not my lifestyle, but if you're only getting $600 or $700 back in the States, I know what kind of life you're living. You can actually live a better life here in the Philippines. Even it'll be tough. You need to have a little bit of money there for your health needs. But again, you can make it. There's guys I know. I've actually met a backpacker when I was actually in Bohol. He's staying and living here on $720 US per month. So again, $720 per month. His life was horrible back in the States. He's got a little bungalow, excuse me, guys, right on the beach in Bohol. No aircon. He has a small fan, but $720 per month he lives on. That's food and everything out the door. So that kind of gives you guys an option. Expat, new subscriber in the house. Appreciate you tuning in. Good to meet you. And again, for all you guys that are becoming new subscribers, I do have a membership for you guys that are serious about moving to the Philippines, where you get to have one-on-one video calls with me. You get to have one-on-one calls with me. And also the membership gives you live access to my live stream on Sunday nights for you guys. And again, I do a live stream for members only every Sunday evening on you guys. That's my Monday morning. I'll set that up once I get finished with this. I'll go ahead and set that one up. But again, it's $1, 99 cents per month for my level 1. Level 2 is $1.99 and gives you access to me one-on-one for video calls and for phone calls. Again, taking all your important questions regarding the Philippines, whether it be about, I've got guys ask me about how they're going to pack, talk about registration for a bike, insurance for a car, insurance for a bike, getting your driver's license, doing a conversion from a U.S. driver's license or Canadian license to a Philippines driver's license, all those types of questions, where to live. And again, level 2 gives you access to me to help you guys out once you get over here. So when you get over here, if you want help to find a condo, I'm here to do that. I'll help you find a condo. You want help to get registration, I help you get your registration taken care of. So again, thanks for tuning in. Again, you cannot get the membership by going on your app. You actually have to go on the YouTube website, and you'll see that you're subscribed to my channel. And right beside where it says subscribe, it'll say join. You can join my new membership. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, though. I appreciate my subscribers. You guys are my champions. Jeff, I am a young 58. I'm a young 55. I just turned 55 in January, so I retired here. I was actually 4 days from being just turned 54. So I just turned 54 when I moved here. My birthday, January 1st. I don't mind telling you guys, and I moved here on January the 5th. So again, kind of like a birthday present to myself, moving here to the Philippines. But no problem, Jeff. You have plenty. I don't know what took you so long to wait. You shouldn't have waited this long. You should have been over here at 45 or 50 if you had that kind of money. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. TextPad distributions from ETS paying me 13. There you go. See, that's what I mean. That's why I never even looked at ETS, but my friends, I have like 3 friends here, and they're pretty big into the financial world out there, which I'm not. I did do stocks and stock options when I was actually before retirement. I got away from that because I didn't want to be scared by anything. So I need my money. And ETF sounds like a very good thing. So I appreciate your comment. And I am going to be doing ETF starting June 20th. So again, about a month away, I'll be doing that. But thank you so much for that. I'm happy to go from making 3.5% to making 10%, or even in some cases 18% on my money. It's a lot better than that 3. So thank you so much. Trench, but I think I'm going to set my home base in Baguio. Again, that's a cooler area. That's actually north of Manila, if I am correct. Baguio. I'm almost positive that's the one. That's up in the mountains. My friend went there, and he said he would have actually loved to live there, except for one reason. It got too cold at night. He said you actually needed a jacket. Anytime after 4 or 5 at night, p.m., he said you started to need a light jacket. He didn't move here to be in a jacket. He moved here to be in shorts and t-shirt. So that's the only reason he didn't actually pick Baguio. But again, I want to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your comment. I've heard lots of good things about it. Again, it's a lot cooler climate. So a lot of guys who can't handle the heat. Again, I'm saying the heat. You're talking about here in Cebu City. You're going to average, no matter what day of year it is, no matter what month, you're going to average between 80 and 100 every single day. So you're always going to be between 80 and 100. And a lot of those days when it says 80, that 80 feels like 87 or 92. So that kind of gives you the idea there when it comes to humidity. But again, it's very hot here. You learn to take advantage of the Starbucks and the mall and things like that. But you'll be fine. We go out and we walk around all the time, and then we just take our little breaks and go into a coffee shop or a mall just to cool off. But again, thanks for tuning in, Trench. And I appreciate your comments. And again, I think that could be a good choice for you. If you make it to Cebu City, I'll be here and leave the light on for you. Jojo, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, big smile on my face. Again, I thank you so much. You're really helping out me, and you're helping out my channel. And I truly appreciate it. Again, guys, I don't make a great deal of money here. I know a lot of guys. Oh, you're making money from those videos. I'm just happy that the guys, these realtors, most realtors won't even meet with you. So I'm not sure if I've told you guys. Most realtors won't even meet with you because they know YouTube is not going to help them. A lot of you guys are coming over here and you're wanting to rent, and you kind of already have it in your head where you're going to rent. For example, I've told you guys about State City and 38 Park, but I have to give you guys content and give you guys some other options. Just so happens I meet realtors sometimes that are kind enough to take me out. And basically what I tell them is this: I am giving you free advertisement to my channel, and you're giving me free content. So we don't have any agreements, guys. We're not able to make money over here being foreigners from things like that. I'm sure there's people that do it underneath the table. I don't know how that would work. I try to do things by the book. I plan on living here, and I don't want to get kicked out of this country. So I'm living here for good. But Jojo, thank you so much. Next city I'm going to visit. There's already talks with me and my friends of going to Thailand for about 2 weeks. That's coming up. I'm not sure. I'm sure that'll be Bangkok probably because I've never been there. So we'll probably be there or wherever they decide they want to go in Thailand. Um, Things that are coming up. If I have a long weekend, I want to go to Bantayan Island again. I actually love Bantayan Island. So that's actually probably my next step that I can think of right now. Probably like Bantayan Island, or I might make another trip down to Oslab or to Moalboal or Dumaguete in Valencia. It's probably going to be one of those, but I will keep you informed when I'm getting ready to go on a trip. I like to surprise you guys. Like I've already told you guys that I have 3 videos coming out here in the near future from my trip over to Surigao City. And again, I haven't told you guys, if you want to take a look at my page on Facebook, it's the exact same name as my YouTube page. I haven't said that before. I just started it because I want to have a kind of a link between Facebook and YouTube. So my YouTube page is the exact same thing as my Facebook page. It's Britt's Philippine Adventures. If you guys haven't friended me on there or followed me, please give me some followers. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much for following me on my Facebook channel page because I don't have many followers. I'm trying to get to 1,000, and I think I have 83. It's going to take me some years to do it, but I don't mind, guys. I'm trying to put a Facebook page together to more document my Philippines adventure. I have my regular Facebook, which is Britt McAllister. That's for my family and my friends. I mean, it's not really dedicated to the Philippines. So I decided I wanted to do a dedication to the Philippines. So all of my history and all of my travels and everything's documented on Facebook. So I decided to do another Facebook for that reason. But again, I am trying to get followers on my Facebook page. If you haven't followed me on Britt's Philippine Adventure on Facebook, look me up and give me that thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing a good job. But JoJo, thank you so much. As always, almost weekly, you put that big smile on my face. I appreciate when you give me that big super. That just tells me I'm doing a good job and you appreciate me and what I'm doing. And again, I'm here for you guys. I mean, I'm here to give you that nudge. I believe me, I lived in America. I know how high that fence can get, and I wanted to jump over it so bad. And I was going back and forth. Started out in Central America, looked at Thailand, and ended up here in the Philippines, where I'm completely happy. Best decision I ever made. But I want to give you guys the same opportunity. So all I'm trying to do is, if you guys have obstacles in your way, or you're thinking about budget, you're thinking about where to stay here, or thinking, is there a better life out there than the U.S.? I can't say this is for a fact a better life than the U.S. for you guys. I can't say that. For me, it is. And again, it comes down to a lot of different things. But cost of living is a big part of that. If you guys are coming over here, I know for a fact a lot of you guys are coming over here for dating. It's not even close. It's not even a close call. Dating here is so much better than it is back in America. And again, I don't like to get in my personal life, but again, I can tell you for a fact, America is a 1 or 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, and the Philippines is a 12 or 13. So again, total opposites as far as dating. So again, that brings a little light to the subject. But thank you so much. And again, I will tell you, JoJo, when I go somewhere, I'm going to let you guys know in advance where I'm going and tell you those videos are to come. But I cannot wait to show you guys my Surigao City adventures, because when I went on this trip to Surigao City, I actually went to Dinagat Islands. It is the prettiest beaches I've ever seen in my life, guys. The prettiest beaches I've ever seen in my entire life. Tropical beach. It tore away any beach in Florida. I've been to Jamaica 28 times. I've been to Dominican Republic about 8 times. I've been to Mexico. I can't even tell you how many times. I'm going to say 20 or 30 times to Mexico. I've never seen a prettier beach than the Dinagat Islands. And it's a very good comparable to what they call Palawan and to, I forgot the other one. Back starts with a B, but it'll come up in my head in a minute. But again, I heard this is the prettiest beach, and I went and I observed it one-on-one, 4 different beaches on a on a tour for the day in Denali Islands. The prettiest beaches I've ever seen. I've traveled a lot to beaches. I've seen it all. Prettiest beaches I've ever seen. But JoJo, you're the man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. It brings a big, huge smile to my face. Jeff, plus I'm an adjuster, so I can do desk work and make $400 to $500 a day during storm season, just sitting in my computer. That's a good thing. Pardon me for 1 second, guys. I'm getting a little hot. I got to turn on the fan. I forgot to turn on the aircon here in my living room before I got started. So let me turn it one more time. I got to turn it towards me. I'm sorry for the disruption, but I have to have some cool air here. I'm starting to sweat a little bit, guys. All the excitement from being on live. So again, I'm an adjuster, so I can. So that's actually good news. If you can do that right here in the Philippines and do that, I would already be here already. If you can be an adjuster and live here in the Philippines and do your scope of work, and if you know what I mean, if you can do your scope of work over there here in the Philippines and do a scope of work for America, I would have been here years and years ago. So again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the comments. Jeff's in the house. How's it going, Jeff? Dividend Investing rocks. Let's get together when you get your CD and we can go over some great consistent dividend ETFs. Yes, I plan on doing that with you. I appreciate your comments the other day when we actually met. Again, Jeff is a subscriber. He's also a member, and we met via my channel. And we actually have met here twice or three, maybe even 3 times already here in the Philippines already. We actually met, and incredible guy. I mean, we went out to eat lunch the first time we met. I walked around. He had been here for 1 week, and his interview's coming out tomorrow. But we actually met, and I showed him around to some of my favorite restaurants. He met me at Starbucks, met some of my best friends here. Actually, I say best is my greatest friends ever, probably in my lifetime. My good friends here. He got a chance to meet them. I showed him around the area a little bit, gave him some pointers and some tips. But again, great guy. And he started talking to me about investments. And so that's how I actually came up with ETFs. And I also had another friend, George, who does ETFs. And they convinced me on June 20th, I'm invest my money in ETFs and start making a little extra money instead of making 3.5%. But thanks for tuning in, Jeff. I appreciate it, and I will be getting up with you. And again, I'm sure we'll be meeting here soon. The next couple, maybe even today. But I have a pretty busy schedule today, guys. To tell you guys about my YouTube adventure, today is just an example. I am actually meeting up with a subscriber. I did a video about a week ago on a 1-bedroom condo over in Tamboli. One of my subscribers who moved here signed a 1-month lease for that 1-bedroom, and he has all that beach access, has the beach resort right there. And I'm actually going to meet him after this meeting, after I talk to my family, of course, and I think I'm going to speak to Jeff as well. But once I get finished with my talks, I'm going to go meet him and his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure which one it is yet because we haven't really met in person yet. I'm going to meet him, and we're going to do an interview on his move over here to the Philippines, what he thinks about the resort over there at Tamboli. And then after that, I'm going to meet up with DC, my realtor friend, and she actually put us together for our interview today. And she wants to show me the reef. So again, hopefully, you guys have been asking about the reef. I think I'm going to have the reef coming to you soon. So hopefully she's going to set it up where I can actually go see the reef for the first time and do a video for you guys on the reef. But again, thank you so much, Jeff. I can already tell that we're going to be good friends, and it's a pleasure hanging out with you. And I look forward to. Actually, I wanted to talk to you again about this because I want to start playing pickleball with you. So if we can, the next time you want to go play pickleball, I'll pick you up in the car and we'll go play some pickleball. Josh Law, how about taxes? Are you talking about Philippine taxes? Are you talking about doing my taxes back in the U.S.? This is the first year I did not do taxes in the U.S. And the reason why, even with my interest for my CDs, I didn't go over. I didn't make over $14,000 in interest on my CDs this year. I was a little bit below that. I forgot exactly how much. I think about 2,000 below or something like that. But again, making 3.5% on them. But again, most of my money is in annuities. because I want to have that good cushion when I turn 60, and I wanted to have a lot bigger budget in my growing age. And also want to look at maybe buying a condo or a buying land, depending on how my relationship, ships go here in the Philippines. If I meet that right person, maybe buy a house or maybe buy some land. I'm not really sure yet, but I think I want to live condo life. I'm more of a condo kind of person. But if you're talking about taxes, I didn't do taxes this year, but you can definitely do taxes over here in the Philippines. I have an accountant back home, and he never returned my phone calls, probably because he didn't know the new number I was using, because I was using Skype. Um, but I'm not sure which taxes you're talking about. Taxes here in the Philippines, you're talking about taxes in America. Now, if as my channel grows, if I were to grow to making quite a bit of money on YouTube, and I have that income, so again, I'm making $300 to $400 a month, guys, and I'm spending most of my days gathering content for you guys. So most of my days are spent trying to gather content for you guys to help you guys get here to the Philippines. So I want you guys to know, and Jeff will tell you, I spend a lot of time doing my videos. I usually spend, it could be an entire day. Like the day that I did those Tomboli resorts for you guys and gave you guys those 3 options, the 2 studios and the 1 bedroom. I actually went to 2 other properties, that house. That was an entire day. I met her at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I spent all the way up until 6 p.m. with her. So my entire day was doing videos for YouTube. So again, I did 5 videos, and it took my entire day to do that. I don't mind doing it because it makes me happy. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy giving you guys content. I enjoy trying to convince you guys to move over to the Philippines. So I didn't mind it whatsoever, and I actually enjoy doing YouTube now. So at the beginning, a little iffy because I was spending every day doing YouTube, but now I've kind of toned that down a little bit. I'm not doing it every single day. I'm doing it about 3 days a week compared to doing it 7 days a week. So again, when I first started, a lot of you guys know I did a video a day. And so I was actually doing a video a day, sometimes 2 videos a day. So I did a lot of videos. I was working 7 days a week doing YouTube. But now I've kind of learned how to make it a happier life for me by not doing, a daily video and separating it a little bit. And that's part of what I'm doing, just giving you guys a complete schedule to know that every Tuesday, every Friday, and every Sunday, you're going to have a video, and every Thursday and every Monday, well, again, that's my time, you're going to have a live. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, guys, I'm gonna catch up here. Josh Lowell, 24,000 a year would last 16 years. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my God, guys, this is my dad. So again, my brother is Michael McAllister, but he has a capital M in Michael and a capital M in McAllister. So this is actually my dad. He has a lowercase and lowercase. Appreciate you tuning in, Pops. Love you. I wish you're over here staying with me. Believe me, I think you guys would be a lot happier here. Even though I know you tell me that living at home in your place is like a resort, it's not to me. But again, I know you have your opinion and I have mine. But I wish I could get you guys up here for one visit. I think I could change you guys completely around on what you think about the Philippines. But thanks for tuning in, Pop. Love you. And my first bad comment here. See, all for one. Trust nobody there. It's full of scammers and shysters. Um, I'm not sure what you're relating to. The people in the Philippines are amazing. They are not scammers. They're not shysters. They're great people. The only time you guys are ever going to see scammers in your life here in the Philippines, maybe he's been here before and he was taken by a dating app out there. That could be what he's talking about. Yes, you can get taken by scammers as far as Filipinas taking advantage of foreigners that are looking to meet that significant someone. But again, that's the only scamming I've ever seen. I've never seen scamming from an actual individual for anything. So again, I'm not sure where that comes from. There's a lot more scammers in the U.S. and Canada than there are here in the Philippines when it comes to daily life. The only scammers I have ever seen over here is dating scams. That's it. And just so you guys know, also, I had thought about it for months. And just so you guys know, I was approached by Christian Filipina to be an affiliate or for them to be a sponsor for my channel. And I had told them for 3 months that I would not do it because I've never experienced their channel and I don't know anything about Christian Filipina. So what they actually did is they gave me a membership for free to test it out for you guys. And I will tell you this, and I have a video coming out with a couple that I actually met from my weekly meeting who actually met on Christian Filipina. He's been here for 3 months. He's going to tell you his entire history about how they met and things like that. And you actually meet her as well. And I did an interview with him yesterday. I think you guys will be happy with what you see. But I can tell you this from being on. I've been on 5 different apps here in the Philippines. So I've tried them all. Again, I was dating, and I no longer use them that much, anymore. I like to get my personal life, but again, I'm not really using dating apps anymore. But I do use them to help you guys understand dating apps and dating here in the Philippines. And I'm going to give you guys a lot more content since I've done this. But again, I did decide to become, organized with Christian Filipina. And the reason why, I did 3 months of Christian Filipina, and they gave me a free membership. And during that time, I saw, first of all, is the big thing is there's between other apps and Christian Filipina, there are no lady boys in Christian Filipina. So again, no lady boys. So you don't have to wonder, hey, is this a lady boy? Because you're going to find lady boys in all the other apps. That's number one. The next thing I saw from Christian Filipina is they're not all because of the name. They're not all here because of religious reasons on the app. There are a lot, and those will actually tell you in their bio about their beliefs and things like that. So you can find a good Christian and or Catholic young lady using the app. But what I saw that is important to me was there's good connections there. And again, I just wanted to do the app for you guys to give my perspective, my opinion. They answer back quicker on Christian Filipina. So they'll answer your comments and things like that and your text faster. They want to talk on a regular basis. So again, instead of getting that text like on a Tinder, for example, you may get a text, hello, how you doing? And you answer back to them. It may take them 3 or 4 days to get back to you. On Christian Filipina, they get back to you almost immediately. So these girls are actually there to meet someone. I think they're looking for a true relationship, a true bond. Whereas you will find scammers on the other apps that are out there. Christian Filipina probably has scammers. I'm not going to tell you guys there's no scammers. There's probably some scammers out there, but the numbers wise, as far as ratio, a lot less scammers using Christian Filipina. So I am becoming part of their family, and I will be promoting Christian Filipina. I hope you guys don't mind that. Again, they are offering me, which I don't mind telling you, they're offering me incentive to do it, and if I can do it, and it helps people like Kenneth and Marla meet each other and become a family, and they've been living together now for 3 months here in the Philippines. And again, you guys will see their entire story, but I don't want to go into it too much. But they met Christian Filipina, and there's another couple in my actual meeting that happens weekly. They actually met on Christian Filipina. I'm going to try to get an interview with them if they're willing to do it with me. And again, I'm not trying to be pushed or anything like that with them. I don't want to get a story and make sure, see how legit it is. But again, you will see their life story your Friday morning back in the States, and you will see their life story. But again, not really sure what you're talking about. All for one, there are far less scammers and shysters here in the Philippines than there are in the States. I will tell you that for a fact because people over here, they're good Christian and Catholic people, so they don't believe in that kind of stuff. The only time you'll ever see scamming and things like that, maybe you're here, maybe you've moved here before, maybe you lived here for a little while, I don't know. Maybe you came here for a trip, maybe you're taken advantage of by a young Filipina. That happens. That's the only time you're ever going to see that. So again, I appreciate your comment, but I'm not sure really where you're going with that. Ben, I was at Panera Bread this Monday and ordered one fountain drink and one cinnamon roll. Total cost right at $8, guys. 434.36 pesos. That tells you, for example, I got a barbecued rib meal with Coke for 380 and then about 50 pesos. So 430, the exact same price. I got a barbecued rib meal in Ormoc with 2 sides and a Coke for the same price he paid for a drink and a cinnamon roll. So pretty big difference, guys. But thanks for the comment, Ben. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Here from Freedom. What's up, man? I appreciate your positivity. Off camera, are you the same way? It's hard not to be the same way. I love the Philippines. All my friends are always saying, hey, you never find anything wrong with the Philippines. There are things, I'm sure, that are wrong with the Philippines. And how I can explain my take on that is the guys will say, for example, roosters crowing. Where I live, I don't have roosters crowing. Now, places that I go, do I have roosters crowing? Of course I do. But I have noticed that it don't even faze me because all the pros here outweigh the small little amount of cons. Dogs in the streets. Yes, there are some dogs in the streets, not everywhere. Are there some dogs out here, loose dogs? Of course they are, but they're friendly dogs. They're not going to bite you. They're not going to be rubbing up against you and things like that. They're doing their own thing. They're laying out, in the heat, just getting some heat on their body, and they're living life. They get fed every day. Like the ones at the mall, there's a lady that works for the hospital. She comes out there every single day with a suitcase of feed, and she feeds all the dogs. She enjoys doing it, and that's what she does. So again, it's not a bad life for these dogs. So a lot of them have no owners, but some of them do have owners. But they run around freely. Those things don't bother me. The heat. If I get too hot, I go inside in the air condition. So again, those things don't bother me. Nothing but happiness here for me in the Philippines. I love the Philippines. Here from Trench. You, Mike, Daryl, and Goldfinger, and Jogo are awesome bloggers. I appreciate even being mentioned in there, guys, because again, Mike's been doing this for a while, and I love to be even mentioned on his channel as being a comparison that you think I am a blogger like him. So again, Mike's a great blogger. I attend his lives at least when I can. And I watched his videos before moving over here. So Mike's got a great channel. And again, a big thumbs up to him and kudos for him growing his channel. So again, thanks so much. Don't know Daryl. Goldfinger, actually, I talked to him before I actually moved over here. Great guy. He's got his own channel going now, so he's got his live feeds going on, and also he does a business where he does motorbike rentals. So again, he's a good guy. I've talked to him before I moved over here. He was kind enough to give me time to have voice calls before I moved over here to the Philippines, and he's one of those guys that influenced me to do it. So again, thanks for even putting me in the conversation with those guys. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying to do my very, very best. I'll be there. This comes from Eddie Sanders. I'll be there for a month in September. Look and see where I like best and probably move first of the year. I didn't do that. I moved over here sight unseen, like everybody knows. I sold everything that I actually owned. I moved over here to the Philippines, never even been in Asia before. Best decision I ever made, but it probably would have helped if I would have done what you're doing. Come over here for a month and just check it out. But again, I'm not even sure a month's enough to travel to see the different areas. I mean, I would say go on a trip per week. That means you're going to see 4 locations. But again, you can see quite a bit. Just travel and get at it and see all you can. And I hope you can make a good decision on where to live here in the Philippines. Again, I'm happy here, so I'll leave the light on for you if you decide to choose Cebu City. All for one. Do not mention anything financially there. Low trust culture. Again, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to post your comments because I got my opinion on it. I think the opinion for me is that people here are more trustworthy than they are back in the States. So I'm not sure if you're living here in the Philippines or if you're living in the States making these comments. I trust the people here. And in fact, you're talking about financially. I've had a bank account here at BDO for 15 months now. I've never had any calls come from my bank where they charged me for anything that I shouldn't have got charged for. They have been nothing but honest with me. I've never had any money missing. My financial institution over here in the Philippines is trustworthy. So again, you guys can listen to what he's saying. I think it's incorrect. I believe the Philippine people, and I wanted to post it. I saw it first, guys. So don't think I just posted it. I saw his comment. I think the people here in the Philippines are more Um, I believe because of their culture. They grew up Catholic. A lot of these people grew up Catholic. They're not into being shysters and scammers and all that. So I don't believe in that. I believe when I walk around this beautiful country and I travel this beautiful country and I see Filipinos and Filipinas making $200 or $300 per month, and they're having a smile on their face and they're completely happy with life. That tells me a lot about their character. A lot about their character. A lot better character than there is back in the States. So again, I'm not sure where you live. This will be the last time I mention anything about that. But again, I believe you are completely wrong. I believe your opinion is completely inaccurate. I believe that my opinion is accurate as far as what I have witnessed here for 17 months, going on 18 months now. I think that people here are tremendous people. I believe that they are Christian and Catholic people. I believe that they have strong family values. I don't believe in what you're saying. So again, that helps you guys out on what he's talking about. In my opinion, it kind of gives you guys a perspective on the Philippines. Daniel Shepard, been there before, recently retired, and going to be moving there this year. Do you think the ADV 160 would be good for a bigger dude? 285 pounds, 6 foot, not a problem. Again, I'm not as tall as you. I am actually 5'8". I weigh uh, right below 200 pounds. You will have no issues. I know big guys. In fact, there's a guy, Chris, who moved over here from Alabama. No longer lives here, but he's actually right at 6 foot, and he's around 285 pounds. And he actually bought the ADV 160, and great bike. So you can't go wrong with it. Great bike. From David Hume. Thanks for the advice. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate every one of my champions. I mean, you guys are the greatest. You make me happy every day, even though the Philippines makes me happy. But I love getting on here and creating smiles and giving advice and helping you guys out because the main reason is not really advice. It's to help you out with life experience here in the Philippines to get you guys to move. Pardon me for 1 minute. I'm going to have a little drink of soda. But again, just to give you guys my experience here in the Philippines, to make you guys know that you can have a happy life somewhere else besides America where it's expensive. Josh Lowell, how do you file your taxes on your interest and Social Security? I don't get Social Security yet. I'm only 55 years old, so I don't get Social Security yet. I won't get Social Security until I'm 62. And it may even be longer than that. I haven't really made any decisions there. Depends on how things go financially for me here in the Philippines. But again, I don't do taxes yet. I mean, I didn't have to do taxes. This is the first year of my entire life where I didn't do taxes because I didn't make enough via my interest to do a tax return. I made a little bit less than 14,000 this year. So again, that's half my budget. But again, appreciate your concern. But you can file taxes over here, no problem. You can go online. You can do your taxes like you do over in America. You can use any of the TurboTax. You can go online and do all your taxes. No problems whatsoever. David Nettles, how's it going, man? Appreciate you tuning in. But I am going to the Philippines for 2 weeks in March. The Golden Prince Hotel is booked up for that time. Are there any others that you would suggest in this staying in Cebu? It depends on how much you can afford. It all comes down to that. If I were to pick a hotel, and again, I have not done a video there. I want to in the near future. Seda, SEDA. You can look it up and I'd probably look on Agoda and look at different apps out there as far as pricing. But Seda is a great choice because Seda is actually attached to Ayala Central Block Mall, the mall right there in IT Park. And if I were to do any type of uh, hotel living, it'd probably be Seda, just because I like the location, location. So look up Seda. Other options, you could look up 38 Park, and you could do a short stay there. It's a little bit expensive. It'll probably cost you about $450 or $500 for 2 weeks there. But again, look at Stay City, look at 38 Park, and that's some good options for you to look at. And again, that would get you by. Curry Mark. Hi, Brett. 71 years old from Cedar Falls. The world is as the world is as it should be. I am resting and watching videos while my wife is at the university earning good union wages at the university until midnight. Good to have you in the house. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you so much for being a member. Um, I'm hoping you can make it over this way. And again, I hope we can meet one of these days. I'd love to do an interview with you. Again, you've made it to most of my membership lives and made it to my live streams. And I like to meet all my people in person, all my champions. So if you guys make it over here, I want to meet you. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you giving me a little bit about your life. I appreciate it so much. Ben, on your ADV 160, can you put a bag between your legs like Chad does on his bike? If so, how big do you think you well, I've got a 54-liter uh, box on the back. I have two side panniers for big trips, and those are 20 liters. I think it's 20 liters counting the both of them, or it could be 20 liters each. I did a video on that. So you guys, you can go look at my thing, but they do make smaller bags you can put right in the front there over the gas cap. So you could put a bag there. They actually make it. They're all on like Shopee and Lazada. So they have little bags you can make. And I would say that in that you could put in a small bag right in front of you, but where it wouldn't get in the way, two softballs in it. A basketball would probably be a little bit too big, but you could probably put two softballs side by side right in front of my right in front of each other, right in my area in front. It wouldn't be an issue. Close to getting enough room for a basketball. That gives you an idea because there is some spacing there. But again, uh, back box is 54 liters. It's the largest one made by the Italian brand maker. I forgot the name of it, to be honest with you. And then I got the matching side panniers, which is you could actually put this, kind of gives you an idea. You could probably on my side panniers, you could probably put about four 2-liter Cokes in each one of them. That kind of gives you an idea on the size. And I've never used any more than that. I can go on a 10-day trip just on my bike. Ferry Mark, when I lived in the province 40 miles out of Cebu City, my breakfast was usually 2 eggs, 20 pesos, guys. Not even 50 cents. Not even, no, 20 pesos. I want to do the math on that. So it'd be 20 pesos, 50, but 30 cents. No, it's less than that. 20 pesos into 50. So I'm not even trying to do the math. I don't, well, actually, I want to know. I want to know. So I'm going to do it. I got to know. 20 cents divided by 56. 4 cents. Is that correct? It can't be 4 cents. 20 pesos? Because 54 pesos is $1. So a little bit less than 50 cents. I'm going to say that'd be about 40 cents. 40 cents for an egg. And an instant coffee for 6 pesos. Unbelievable. A fried rice for 15 pesos. A small piece of ham for 10 pesos. $1 total, guys, for his breakfast when he lived in the province. $1 for a breakfast that sounds like an American meal at IHOP or where my dad and brother like to go. We can get the American breakfast. I forgot the name. I forgot the name of it already, but anyway, sounds like a good breakfast for $1. I appreciate you putting that up there, so you guys can read there. 20 peso, you can get an egg, 2 eggs, a coffee, fried rice for individual, and a small piece of ham for $1. Thanks, Prairie Mark. I appreciate that so much. Thanks for tuning in. Love your comment. French. I'm missing my Dallas Stars game right now because this stream is much more important. Lulu's the Gulf Shores has amazing food. Oh yes, I love Lulu's. I live right down the street from there. Actually, my condo on the water is actually right down the street from Lulu's. But again, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad. Make sure you have the game on the other TV if you can, or watch it in the other view. I hate to be interrupting your game, but again, thank you so much for saying that. It encourages me to keep going and to keep trying to come up with good content for you guys. That just tells me I must be doing a decent job at least. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Um, all right. He must have got scammed. I don't know. You get scammed in America. I'm not going to do another one from him, guys. Let's go ahead and let's do a little block there. I'm not sure why he's coming up with all the bad comments, but again, I love it here, and we have a difference in opinion. Maybe something really bad happened to him, or he could be one of those haters over in America. You know, there's haters they say that you have on your YouTube channels where they actually no matter what, they're going to hate on your channel and give bad comments. He could be one of those guys. He could be living at Mama's house. So again, this could be a guy that lives at Mama's house and doesn't have any money and just trying to have some fun during the day. David Nettles, what part of being in the Philippines has been the toughest for you to adjust to? Being away from family. I miss my brother and my dad and my mom. I miss everybody back home. I even miss some of my friends, which I didn't get to see very often. But I miss family back home. That's the toughest, and that's where it becomes hits it hard because I do miss my family. I wish they were here, living here so badly, and I try to discuss it every day with them. So I miss my family. That's the toughest. That's the only issue I have here in the Philippines is my family's not here with me. From Douglas Burns, I was married to a Filipina, so I have a good feel for the Philippines culture. Be there in Cebu in 3 weeks. Leave the light on. I'll leave the light on for you. I will leave the light on for you. Sorry, I talk too fast sometimes, guys. I get excited. So when I get excited, I talk fast. So you guys can see this is true. This is truly me. I get excited when I see your comments. So again, I talk a lot faster when I get jumpy and full of emotion. So my expenses all in are 2,000 a month, and I live in New York. It depends on where you live. I don't know where you live in New York. Okay, I worked for the Teamsters Union for 12 years. I lived in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I lived in Queens, in Forest Hills, Queens. I lived in Long Island Beach, Merrick. I lived all throughout New York, unless you're talking about upstate. My rent alone was $2,400 back then. I think it was 20. No, I think no. Excuse me. It was 1,650 pesos 20 years ago in Forest Hills, Queens. I paid 1,650 for a one bedroom when I was actually married. So I'm not sure where you're coming up with $2,000 per month unless you inherited a home, unless you paid your home off. I know you can't rent anything in New York for that kind of price. Just the rent alone. That's with no eating and nothing. But again, if you're doing it, more power to you. That's better than I did. My life up there, I work for the Teamsters Union. I work for a place called Dykes Lumber Company, and my condo alone, my one bedroom was 1,650. I probably paid the exact same cost to eat there because again, the cost of living was a lot higher in New York. So back 20 years ago, I was probably paying 1,650 a month just to eat out, which I ate out all the time there as well. Didn't eat at home very often. So right there, I'm at 3,500, and I haven't had any fun. Haven't done anything. So I hope you're not just staying at home on that budget. Jojo, how would you compare dating there in the Philippines? There's not a comparison. My comparison is back in the States, dating would be on a level of 1 to 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I would put dating in America as being a 1 or a 2, and I put dating in the Philippines as being a 13. So again, there is no comparison. Dating here is a lot better. Again, I don't like to get into my personal life, but I will explain to you guys about dating and how much better it is here because I have dated, and I will tell you guys all about it. But dating here is night and day from the U.S. Night and day. You'll be completely happy. In fact, I don't know where in America. Um, and to some of you guys, it won't matter. But like I said, I am 54, 55 now. I moved here when I was 54. I dated around a little bit, just trying to get a feel for the Philippines, and dated someone as young as 21, and um, had dated someone who's 27. And I can tell you that dating here is a lot better. Um, I could never meet a 20-something-year-old back home. A lot of you guys probably wouldn't want to, but a lot of guys that come over here, they're looking to date a younger Filipina to maybe build a family. I mean, I have no objections of maybe having a child. So I've never had children before, so there's no objection for me. Now, a lot of guys come over here, and a lot of my friends are fixed. Like my friend George, I give a thumbs up to George. He moved over here, and he's actually fixed. Well, guess what he's doing, guys? He's going over to Thailand to get unfixed because his girlfriend wants a child. So he's willing to break the that bond in his body to give her a child. He's that much in love, and they've been together for about a year and a half now. So they're very happy traveling the Philippines together, and very happy. What part in the Philippines? If you're asking me what part do I live in, I actually live in Cebu City. If you can be more, if you can tell me exactly what you mean, I hope that's what you mean. If where I live at. So again, I live right here in Cebu City. I love it. It's a great place to live and call home. Ah, thanks, Ben. From Lynn, hi, Britton, people, not people. You guys are all my champions, so you can tell them they're all champions. You're a champion. We're all champions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, from Prairie Mark, I married my Filipina at age 56. That was 15 years ago. The best years of my life have been since then. Wow. Are you guys listening to this? He married his Filipina when he was 56. That was 15 years ago. The last 15 years have been the best years of his life. So that means that I'm guessing that she moved back to the States with you and lives in America with you. I think I saw earlier where you told me where you lived. Cedar Falls, is that correct? So that's huge, man. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. There's a big reason for that. It's the culture here. These women are raised differently. They treat you differently than they do in the West. And I hate to say that, but it's true. I know for a fact. But thanks for the comment. Appreciate you. True champion. Ben, nice condo tours you've been posting recently. I watched more than I comment. I usually watch streaming to my TV. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. I like to hear that I'm doing okay on my videos. Again, I'm trying to give you guys. I mean, when it comes to being, to starting a channel, I do see the trends of what you guys are wanting and you guys are watching. So it tells me you guys are watching condos on my condo videos. It tells me that you're watching my dating videos. It tells me that you're dating. Excuse me, that you're watching my cost of living and budget videos. So I want to stick to those, but I actually like the travel ones more because it gives you guys not only an option of where to travel, but what to see when you're there, and also options of where to live here in the Philippines if you don't want to live in a city. So that's my biggest reason for doing it. There's Jeff Brown needs some advice. You hear that, Jeff? He's looking for your advice as well. All right, common question here. We got from Alvin. Hey man, have you been through any earthquakes over the time I've been here? Kind of jittery staying in the high rises. I've been in a high rise since I lived here. My first 7 months, I don't recall experiencing a earthquake. when I moved here, I was here for about 2 months at Marco Polo. I did experience an earthquake. I didn't know it was an earthquake, and how I found out is my friend B-Rad called me up and says, "Do you feel that?" I said, "Feel what?" Basically, the earthquake caused to feel like a small little, just a small amount of sway, not a large amount. So it was probably a smaller earthquake. But again, I'm not worried about earthquakes. I believe that, unlike other people are saying, I believe that where I live, in the buildings that I would suggest you guys live in, I think they have been equipped to be earthquake. I'm not sure earthquake proof. I can never say anything's earthquake proof, but I believe their codes are high enough to offer you the proper codes for an earthquake. And I mean by that, I mean by State City, 38 Park, Marco Polo. I don't think you're gonna have any issues there. So I've been in two that I know of, and again, the only reason I even know about the earthquakes is my friends would call me or text me, "Hey, did you feel that? Did you feel that?" No, not really, but thanks for letting me know there's an earthquake. From Josh Lowell, ETF stands for electronic transferred funds, 10 to 18%. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Keep your money in CDs. Look into Goldman Sachs Marcus CDs. They pay 4%. I've been doing that, but I think I'm willing to try something a little different. And I've actually talked to these people, and I've actually seen uh, these. Actually, I'll give you one. So if you want to look up one, I'll tell you one of the ETFs I'm going to be looking at. I got a picture of it here, and I'll give you that ETF. So I don't mind giving you some information here. It's by J.P. Morgan. It is J as in John, E as in elephant, P as in Paul, I as in ice. So check that one out. Then there's also JEPQ. So change the I to a Q. That's two that I'm looking at in the future, and I'm going to do about 9 of those. Put my money in all different nines, but again, they're all invested in 100 companies in the U.S. So 100 companies aren't going bankrupt, and I've saw their charts, and it looks pretty good to me. And they actually have charts longer than 5 years, and I've watched their chart over the years going up. Now again, could it plateau at some point? I'm sure it could. I'm not sure how ETFs work, but again, I'll do a lot more research when it comes closer to the June 20th. But thank you so much. Exchange traded. Yes. Exchange traded funds, ETFs. Ben, today in East Central Florida, 34 Celsius, which is 94 Fahrenheit, feels like 99. That's actually hotter than it is here. Here, I don't mind telling you, we are looking at 10 o'clock in the morning. Let me give you guys the current temperature so you guys will know where we're at. Where is my app? Weather channel. There we go. All right, pulling it up for you guys. Weather here in Cebu City, live, 87 degrees. Feels like, whoa, feels like 98. So again, it's right below that. There it's 94 and feels like 99. Here it's 87 and feels like 98. So 1 degrees difference. That tells you how hot it is outside. There you go. Ben saying hello to Lynn. Appreciate you championing the champion. Here's from Bobby Britton. Hey man, have you met any U.S. veterans living off their military? Of course, I met a lot of them. I've met a lot of veterans over here living off of their funds coming from the government. Again, that could be either they already retired or they were injured or things like that. But yes, I've met several. No issues getting your money. No problem whatsoever. There you go, Lynn. Ben's welcoming you into the live and giving you a hello as well. Maybe you have a connection here, guys. Maybe the Britt McAllister's live stream, Britt's Philippine Adventure, could bring two loved ones together. But I don't think that is impossible. It could happen. But again, I hope that'd be a great story too. That'd be a great video for interview. Here are guys. I've got two of my subscribers who actually met on my channel, and they started hanging out and talking and doing video calls, and then they met, and now here they are getting married. Only in the Philippines. Thanks so much. Dino, what's going on? Oh, he's saying hello to my dad. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dino, I agree with you, Britt. Everyone seems fantastic in the Philippines. I'm glad to hear that. Again, I've heard these negative people out there. I have no issues with any of the people I've actually met here. I know that there are some scams out there, but the only scams that I am aware of would be in the dating market, dating pool. So I guess that's the only way I can look at that and saying, hey, there could be some scams there, but that's the only thing I can think of. All right. Hear from Lynn. Just a piece of advice before dating Filipina: learn our culture so that your expectations are being met. We have a lot of weird. I actually have the video coming out tomorrow where I'm talking about dating again. There's a thing that's called Tampo here, guys. Tampo, and I actually like it. I think it's a good thing in a way because in the West, what I was used to is when we got in arguments, my ex-wife and my last girlfriend, they just wouldn't stop arguing. They wanted to keep arguing. I wanted to stop, and they wanted to keep going. Over here, Tampo is when your girlfriend or significant other is upset with you. They go quiet. They don't talk to you at all. They don't tell you why they're upset. Tampo is they're upset about something you've done. It could be the most common one is being loud with them or being disrespectful or being loud in public, those kinds of things that causes tampo. Being disrespectful, not listening to them, that can cause tampo. That tampo could last an hour. It could last 2 days. It could last a week. So again, you never know. It just depends on the Filipino you're dating. But again, tampo, guys. Remember that word, tampo. Characteristics. Thanks, Lynn. And thanks for tuning in. I think this is the first time I've actually seen you on my channel. Thank you so much. All right, we got Ben here. Lynn, good advice. Westerners are far from perfect. Yes, there's a big difference between Western culture and Eastern culture. There's a lot of huge differences there. Again, a lot of Americans or Canadians can be loud. I'm a loud guy, and it's not because I'm saying I'm loud. I'm a loud talker. So again, I could just be doing my basic voice, and that's loud to some people because I talk loud. Again, that's how I was raised, I guess. But again, that's just how it works. Captain Sully, hey Britt, good morning. Jim from Cocoa, Florida. Welcome to the house. Thanks for being a champion. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Got Keith Berta. Good morning, Britt. Thanks for tuning in, Keith. I appreciate it so much. I really do. I promise you. I really appreciate it so much. Good question here from Cortez. What do you have for medical insurance? I do not have medical insurance right now, guys. I mentioned that in the past, in my past videos. I am. Again, I'm not going to knock on wood. I'm knock on my bone. Knock on bone that I have not had any medical conditions since I've been here. I came over here living to the Philippines. I moved to the Philippines. I was pretty healthy. I've had no issues whatsoever. I've been to the doctor twice, both times for a yearly physical. I got it once when I moved over here after about 3 or 4 months. I went to one here recently. So I don't have any medical insurance. But again, that doctor's visit is 600 pesos. So you're looking at around $11 to see a doctor. That's for a full a full visit. I think to get your blood work done, like they do back in the States, to get a full blood count and blood workup is around 2,300 pesos for the full one. You can get the half one for around 1,200 pesos. You guys can do the math, take that number, divide by 56. It gives you kind of an idea. But I am, good question. I will be getting insurance. I think I'm going to do it the first of the year. So of next year. I think that's what I planned on doing. I wanted to see how things were going for my first year or so, getting warmed up to the Philippines as far as budget and things like that. But I am ready to do it, and I will be pulling the trigger probably before the first of the year. To be honest, I'm gonna say I'll be doing it somewhere around uh, October, November. That's what my goal is right now, is to get a plan around October, November. From Lynn, Ben, thanks. No, I am single, but not looking or meeting anyone. I'm half. There you go. You guys can exchange information. You can see it right here on the channel. I got a little love story developing right here in front of my eyes, right here on my live stream. Loving it. From Keith, sorry I missed the meeting Tuesday. Had appointments to look at condos. We'll be there this uh next Tuesday. Could meet at Ayala before if you're available. Not a problem whatsoever. You can email me, WhatsApp me, or Messenger. Messenger is probably the best. I look at those messages all the time as far as Messenger, and also I look at WhatsApp. So I'm not sure if you have WhatsApp or Messenger. I will get that alert, so I'll actually respond. From Lynn, just don't rush on dating. Philippines is a good place to visit and live to those who can adapt to this country. ESP, it's weather and traffic. Yes. Traffic's actually not bad once you get out of the Cebu city. Probably the same way in Manila. I mean, BGC. Once you get out of BGC, it's probably not bad. It's just when you're in the actual city. And again, I don't mind the traffic. I mean, it's actually, I can be at the mall here in a matter of minutes. I'll hop on my bike and I'll zigzag through the traffic, no issues whatsoever. So I actually don't mind the traffic. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. Are there times when there's a little bit extra traffic? When people are getting off work, probably around 6 p.m., it gets a little busy by the mall. That's about it. I mean, I don't usually have a lot of traffic coming here or going from here. From Adam's Amazing World. I haven't been on here in a while, Britt. I've been getting my site for my shipping containers ready to store, downscale my things before I come check out the Philippines. I'm ready for you, man. I'll leave the light on for you. I appreciate your comment. I thank you for thanks for tuning in. I thank you for being a member. Again, I can't say enough about my members. You guys are awesome. You are champions plus. You say from now on I can call you guys my champions plus. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. No name. Hello from Brooklyn, New York. Used to live there. Actually, used to live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Do you rent a long-term apartment or do you use Airbnbs and move around a lot? I signed a year lease to be here at Marco Polo. I pay 430 US per month, roughly. It's depending on the conversion rate. But love this place. It's a fantastic place to live. So out the door, counting parking and counting, my rent, I'm under 500. Say I'm under 600 US per month, counting parking, electricity, home Wi-Fi, and my apartment here. Under 600 and some change maybe, but $600. I'm gonna say I'm under that, and I love it. From BMAC, hey Britt, I'll be there in August. Go Stars! I mean, I'm actually from North Carolina, so I gotta favor the Hurricanes. So the Carolina, but again, I'll pull for the Stars too. But I pull for Carolina because I actually was born in North Carolina and lived half my life there and half my life in Georgia. Britt thinking about moving into that Park Place condo in Cebu for the first 30 days. Park Place is pretty nice. It's actually attached to the Ayala Center Mall. Again, I've heard lots of good things about it. I mean, I haven't been there to get in yet. I don't have any friends I actually met that actually live there, but Park Place I heard was really, really nice. It has your private elevator into the mall. So again, that'd be a huge plus for a lot of people. But thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Oh my gosh. And my monthly expenses are $15,000 per month. This guy said 2,000 a month. He's probably living in Catskills. That's what I was thinking. He doesn't live anywhere close to New York City, and tell me he lives anywhere for 2,000 because you can't even buy a apartment there. I rented a one bedroom there. That was 20 years ago, and it cost me $1,650. I remember to this day how much it cost me. And again, cost of living there was very high. Yes, you're right, Sam. New York's is nuts. Thank you so much, Sam. I truly appreciate it. Again, I try to put out some good content and keep you guys informed about my experiences here in the Philippines, showing you guys where you could possibly live, showing you where you could possibly do some vacation while you're on vacation. That's what my entire thing's about. Getting you guys over here to the Philippines. I want you over here because I want you to experience what I'm experiencing. Pure happiness. There's Ben. Sounds good, Lynn. Salamat. Here's what I'm thinking. American girls are the bottom of the barrel. Anywhere on earth, why you would buy the cow when the milk is free? Steve Matthews, Dave Nettles from Colorado. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, Steve. BMAC. Hell, I travel full time in my RV. I pay at least 1,500 a month for gravel. That sounds about right. Again, thanks for the comments. I appreciate it. My wife and I plan on moving back to the Philippines when my wife turns 62. I think you just said something about she's getting very close to that, correct? So I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. It'd be a pleasure to have lunch or have dinner with you guys and just talk about the times you have traveled to the Philippines and talk about your life in the U.S. compared to how life will be here. I love to talk to you guys. Jeff, Bobby, I've met at least three expats living very successfully from their military pensions. So there you go. He's telling you, Bobby, he's met guys here living comfortably on their pensions from the military. Also, like just day to day Gonzo vlog. He'll go to grocery stores and show what's like. I've been to one grocery store. I have not done the actual like checking out, showing the pricing. I can do that for you guys if you guys want to see pricing in the grocery store. The only problem is I don't buy groceries anymore. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll do a special little trip when I plan on doing sometimes I actually have little gatherings here at my house where I bring all my friends here to my house or we go to their house and we will do some shopping for our evening meal. And I will show you guys pricing for an evening meal so you guys can get an idea about pricing to buy goods. We buy things, we buy a lot of things. So I'll do that for you. But thank you so much for tuning in. Jeff Brown. I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel about investing and retiring early. It's a lot of work and not sure I want a job. Anyone is interested. I've told Jeff as we sat down and talked both times that is YouTube is work. I think he did it before and tried it, and again he understands that YouTube is a lot of work. So you guys out there thinking I don't do a lot of spend a lot of my time doing YouTube. I spend a lot of my time doing YouTube. Today's little stream live is 2 hours. Now, back in America, I was making, I'll put that in perspective. You guys are saying, hey, about the time and effort. So you get 300 divided by 52 divided by 40. I made $144 an hour back in the States when I was working. And right now I'm making pennies per hour because I'm barely making anything. And I don't mind being here. It's not about money for me. It's about, my happiness, about your happiness, about getting you guys over here from America or Canada and getting you guys over here to the Philippines or living abroad. I think it's a lot better choice for you guys. So that's the big thing. 41 degrees, raining in northeast Pennsylvania. Disgusting. Can't wait to get there. I'll leave the light on for you. Not an issue there. From Captain Sully, Cebu is pretty safe from the earthquakes, volcanoes, and typhoons. Would definitely take these into consideration if trying to find a place to live in the Philippines. Yes, I heard a lot about Cebu is a great place for all to avoid all those natural disasters. So again, it's a very good thing. So again, thanks for speaking up. NASDAQ 100. It's for my brother with 62 low and 91 high here in the Good Life City. He's not in the Good Life City, guys. He's in Albany, Georgia. It's ranked the 8th worst place to live in the United States is a whole country. It's rated number 8 as the worst place to live in America. And for some reason, him and my dad love it there. I think it's because he has a good job. I think that's all it really is. Dino, Britt loves connections. Yes, I do. I love connections. Here we got Trina. Great live, Britt. Sounds interesting about the comment connections of the two people here in comment section. Yes, I hope I'm making a love connection right here live on my stream. I'd really love that. Yes. Oh my gosh. From Dino, I like the ideas of Tampo too. No snowball effect. It's like timeout. Correct. Actually, I don't mind Tampo. I might ask her what's wrong, and I probably shouldn't do that. Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you not talking to me? And I'm kind of coming to that realization that hey, it just gives me a little timeout. Gives her a little timeout from me. And again, that could be from what the things I've noticed. It's only like an hour. I've never experienced like a long term Tampo, but my friend Mark is experiencing Tampo right now in his life, and it's actually going on for like 1 or 2 days. That's a lot. So again, thanks for tuning in. Let me know about that. But again, appreciate it. Trina, if someone is having Tampo, give them ice cream. Thanks for tuning in, Trina. I appreciate your comments. For my brother, Britt's Cupid. Now here's my own brother, guys. You know how many supers he's given me? And how tight he is with money? He hasn't even give his brother a $1.50 super. What kind of brother is that? Nah, I'm taking that back. Now he is a member of my channel. He does the dollar per month member per month. So again, I appreciate him. I love him. I'm just trying to give him a hard time. Love you, Cletus. Lynn, you can be my wing girl and screen out all my potential tampos. There you go. Timothy H. Saw your YouTube video on Ormont. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, that's what I'm trying to do in order to grow subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm not really caring too much about Facebook, but I started my own Facebook page, guys. So again, I'm going to mention it again. If you guys are still here, if you have not followed my Facebook page, the exact same name as my YouTube page, Britt's Philippine Adventure. I appreciate it, guys. I'm trying to get you guys on there and start that going because I want to be able to what do you say? I want to grow with more subscribers, and I found out that using Facebook to get more subscribers can actually be very helpful to a channel. So I'm trying that way. What places did you see? I was really just in Ormoc. That's it. I mean, I didn't really do a lot. I saw, the boardwalk. I saw my hotel room. It rained quite a bit while I was there, so I didn't get out a lot during my stay there. Now again, when it did stop raining, I did take a trike, for example, and go to things. But I walked the boardwalk. I walked the town when it wasn't raining. It only rained at night though, so no big issues. Dirty J Jeff. I live 10 minutes from the Panthers area. There you go. From Prairie Mark, I would glad to meet you, Britt. Been to the Philippines about 13 times for 5 to 6 weeks per year. a lot of experience. Lived there for about a year at one time. Retired pharmacist and also large scale organic farmer for 20 years. I'd love to meet you. I'd like to hear some of your stories. I mean, I always like to hear and meet good people. I like meeting great people. And it's like you're a pretty good guy. So I'd love to meet you and come up with a plan when you guys get here. Be Mac. I have a budget of 5,000 per month living in my RV. Thinking how big 5,000. You're good with 2,500. Half of that, so you can take the other 2,500 and you can put it toward savings, put it toward investment. Trey Mark, that YouTube video on Walmart was great. If we stand on the tip of a hill, we can see Leyte from the near our house. Yes, you can. You can actually see. You can see Leyte. Well, you guys, it slowed down. I'm at an hour and 50 minutes. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in to the channel today. I truly appreciate you. You guys are my champions. I just started it, guys. I just started the YouTube thing, and I'm still new to it now. Today, I'm still learning each and every day. I want to take the time to show you guys appreciation. I love each and every one of you guys. From the bottom of my heart, you guys are bringing smiles to my faces every single day with your comments and your concerns. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always love the lives. In fact, I like doing lives better than I like doing the videos. These lives are actually very fun to me. I enjoy it. My family's on here. You guys are part of my family now. So I mean, it's a joy to do this, and I love it. So again, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, I love the Philippines.